Okay, we're back, and I want to show you this scenery. This is an old farmhouse. That vineyard you see down there is called Colette's Vineyards. That's Colette's farm, and Colette is my youngest great-granddaughter. And but anyway, in that scene, you'll see uh, a barn with a local barn we used to have here in Cottage Grove, but Dr. Pierce's pills. But anyway, there's the mountains and the waterfall, and then the river that's created by the waterfall comes down through and splashes off the layout right here. And so that's one of the sceneries, Colette's farm, Colette's vineyard. Okay, now we'll swing around here and oh, by the way, these mountains and rocks and things are all made with a concrete product that I use. It's made by DAP. It's a concrete patch, and it works much better. I've always used plaster Paris, but it sets up too quick for me. But this stuff, it lets you work with it before it begins to set up real hard. So anyway. Okay, now we're entering into what's called Callan's yard. Callan being one of my grandsons, great-grandsons, obviously. And, oops, don't you love doing videos? I just dropped the water bottle. Anyway, there's Callan's yard. And the control panel here for this area is the turnouts, electrically controlled. Everything on this layout, there's no CTC. So I get to do all of the switch flipping and the yard signals and all that kind of stuff manually. I don't know. I think that's the way it used to be. I kind of do things my way when it comes to the layout because I'm a loner and I've just never been a real club person. That's okay. I know some of you are, and that's fine, but I don't know. I just like to putter around in my world. Okay, over here we're beginning to enter into what's called Arthurville. Arthur's my oldest great-grandson. And at Arthurville, let me stand up here. In Arthurville, we have a power plant with the big high-tension wires going up through the mountain there somewhere. And we've got a helicopter parked down there. That must be the CEO of this Franz outfit here. And there's a little bit more of Arthurville. And what I want to show you now is a local situation. Excuse me for the jerky camera work here, but down here is a steam locomotive excursion that came out of Cottage Grove back in the 70s, early 80s. The Oregon Pacific and Eastern Railroad, and the Blue Goose. And I bought that, I got that locomotive from Broadway Limited as Mikado, and I repainted it and decaled it for the Blue Goose. The cars I bought at a hobby show somewhere, and I have no idea who made them or anything, but I repainted them to match the Blue Goose. And just to show you what I'm talking about, up on the wall here, behind my son's old Lionel, is the poster of the Blue Goose that used to run out of Oregon, out of Cottage Grove here, down by the old village green. Okay, so we'll leave Arthurville and we'll come over here to a little oil distribution place and a Weyerhaeuser mill, and some details down on that and we come around, heading down the backside here, and coming upon Harlow's farm, my oldest great-granddaughter. And so I built this scene, dedicated it to her, and she's always enjoyed it every time she comes by. Okay, we have a loop here that comes off the double main line up the backside that loops around, kind of like an open helix, and takes me down to the ground level, if you will. And here's a scene of the Walton and Sons lumber company, and somebody unloading a truck there, and we got some product being put into the warehouse there. So, okay, let's see, what else have we got? Let me come around. I've got a display here of HO, so people can see what size HO is compared to N scale. That's always kind of interesting. The wigwam over there, which has a light in it, I just don't have it turned on, a fire turned on yet. But anyway, you'd be surprised how many people absolutely don't recognize even what that is. And so get a little bit of education there from the mill scene. Okay, we'll come back around, and this was the original area of the layout. And excuse me again for not good photography. But anyway, I got rid of my golf cart. I don't golf anymore. My golf cart used to be parked right here. So anyway, what I've done is I've come off of the main line of the yard back here across that bridge and joined into the new peninsula over here. And all those buildings you see right there, the hotel, the Domino's, Taco Bell, and the church, and another little house, are kits that I've built for a guy in New York, just waiting to get them shipped to him. But I've done that for him for years, custom painting and kit building and things like that. The river, everything that I do with water is done with toilet paper and glue. And so I find that to be a very effective way. Of course, there's a Franz truck. My son-in-law, he works for Franz, so you know. There's that UP. He's sitting on the siding here waiting to go out. And then the highway goes around to the lake that produces the water for that. And on that lake is some fishermen just getting out of the boat, and they've got some fish, a couple of geese in the water there. And this is not my great-grandchild, but my wife. I had to do something for her. So this is Camp Glow. Camp Glow is a place where people come and obviously set up a tent or live in a trailer or in that nice little A-frame there. And then here's the town that provides them with their needs and so on and so forth. Kind of an old town, okay? All right, let me come around here. Let me pause this for just a minute and go to the backside. Be right back. Okay, we're on the backside now. There's another view of the town and Camp Glow there. And then down here is where we begin the backside of the layout. There's a little yard, track maintenance yard. Oh, we got some, because this is a timber area, we've got some cars with some timber on it there waiting to be picked up. And maintenance away train sitting here waiting to go out. And then we come around here, and there's the backside of those kits that I built for that guy. Makes my layout look better, but they'll be gone someday as I ship them to him. Clear back to New York. So these tracks here lead into the coal yard and a cement company here. And there's a UP hooked up to some coal loads that be going out shortly. And anyway, up here, if you live in Oregon or anywhere in the Willamette Valley, if you look east, you'll see the Three Sisters, and there they are. So, and there's some trees that I build out of dowel and copper wire and whatever. And I can provide those if a person ever needed any. And let's see, what does this all look like from the backside? There's the waterfall. There's Colette's farm there. It looks like they got some hay in the field and corn on the stalks there. But anyway, I think you can see my intentions and what keeps me off the streets is my world. This is my world right here. And when I come in here, everything is good. Everything is good. All right. I'll come back later on with another video. I'll just pause this and we'll run a train. Okay, we're back at it, and before this UP pulls out, I wanted to show you a new control panel that I'm building. Obviously the turnouts for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 10 up there. Everything is like I said before, everything, I do all the dispatching. There's no CTC on this layout. Everything is done by hand. Makes it a little more fun and responsible that way. And what you see with the holes there are where the lights will go, my indicator lights. And those are my track signals. The northeast sighting, southeast sighting, southwest sighting, northeast main, northwest sighting, and others. But the wiring is quite challenging for sure. I'll give you a little hint here. And that's part of it all. I love all of it. So, and you might be wondering what this panel is doing out here. Everything I do electronically, it has control panels or master panels. I keep them outside so I don't have to crawl under the layout. And at my age, I don't do much crawling under the layout anymore. Okay, so anyway, let's see if this guy's ready to go. And again, I apologize for the jerkiness, but we'll see. Okay, I think we're about ready to go now, so get this thing fired up. There we go. Finally getting out of the siding now. And again, excuse me for jumping around. That's the way it's going to have to be here. All right, that's a new addition, the electronics there, the road crossing. Okay. All right, should be showing up down here in just a minute. We'll just wait for it. I'm going to keep the wide angles. You might see the garage door and stuff, whatever, I don't care. Alright. Going past Colette's Vineyard there. Coming into the yard. Challenge yard here. All right, heading towards Arthurville. Going to be pulling in through Arthurville there in just a minute. Again, if you don't mind, I'll just keep it rolling here. Takes about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to complete the complete the round here, but maybe you'll find it interesting, maybe you won't. I did. You say, how can you just sit there and run trains? I would say, well, why lay any track if you're not going to run trains? I love running my trains. Imagination goes bonkers. If you don't have an imagination and a sense of humor, don't get into this hobby. I'll tell you what. There's some funny things that happen. Those you guys know. Little gremlins in the night do things with your track, and you run perfect one day, and the next day, not so good. All right, we're coming up on the bridge that's going around the helix, exposed helix. And down there in the valleys, it's Carlos Farm. Okay, we've gotten up there. That's about a 3% grade right there. So now that you're not working so hard now. All right. Now we're getting down to ground level here, going by Walton and Sons Lumber Company. See my air conditioner there? Boy, that works great when I need it. Going into the reverse loop now, around the mill. There's a cork locomotive there with some logs at the mill. See, though, used to see that color scheme coming through Cottage Grove a lot. But they're different colors now, yellow and black. Anyway, I got to flip a switch here so we can come out of that reverse loop. Okay, electronically it's done. Come out of the reverse loop and we'll be back up on that climb around Harlow's Farm. So I'm going to pause here and catch it later when it back into a more interesting area. Okay, here we are coming out of the yard and going to cross the bridge and continue a journey here. I'll just keep quiet and let her roll. Yep. Somebody's got a free ride there. You'll notice the control panel there for the crossing lights. All that stuff, like I said, I don't put it under the layout anymore. I'm not good at crawling around under there anymore, so they're all on the outside pages. All right. I've had people come and looking at the layout and say, can you run 2 or 3? I can run 2 trains at a time. That's all I can handle. But I'm not going to try that today and video at the same time. Now we're going to start a good climb here up to another level. About a 2.5% grade here. Yeah, engineer saw me. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second. Yeah, he's working hard. This is another, there's 3 reverse loops on the layout, and this is the newest one here. Okay, get some dynamic motors kicking in because we got a big downgrade here. Anyway, it's been running pretty smooth. I had one little glitch there, probably. You guys probably never noticed it, so that's okay. Anyway, we're going to put this back on the siding until next time. Hope you enjoy Larry's World right here. Bye-bye. Till next time.